3 years ago, my boyfriend and I took a 2-week trip to Canada. It was our first time visiting. We visited Quebec, Montreal, a layover in Vancouver, and finally Toronto over the course of 2 weeks. It was a short trip, but it didn't take long to fall in love with this country. The beautiful winter landscapes, friendly locals, amazing cuisine, and the patriotic atmosphere of being in a hockey game. Since then, we've spent nights talking about moving to Toronto one day. I don't know exactly where it comes from, but I've always had a curiosity about living abroad and immersing myself into a culture so different from the one I grew up in, not knowing a single soul. I knew that it would be thrilling and exciting to shake up my life in an enriching way. We started our applications for the working holiday, but then the pandemic put everything on pause, so it felt like a fading dream. Then in 2022, we see on the news that international travels was coming back. This meant we could resume our application for the working holiday, and suddenly, the distant dream felt like an achievable goal again. We put together all the pieces of evidence needed, and weeks later, we got accepted and had 1 year to enter Canada to activate the visa. However, we had a big decision to make, as I got a job promotion, which was a great career opportunity. I won't bore you with the details, but we decided not to go to Canada to pursue my career, which felt like the right thing to do at the time. But it was 4 months before the visa was due to expire, and I felt something in the back of my mind calling. There was a sense of regret by foregoing this opportunity. The working holiday seemed like a huge loss of personal growth. So we spent the next 2 weeks discussing whether we should go or not, looking at our finances and tossing up whether we could be that far away from family or not. We finally decided to quit our jobs and go for our dreams. We booked the flights and packed up our lives in Sydney. It was stressful as we had to minimize all that we had into 2 suitcases and drop off anything we didn't want in New Zealand. It was sad saying goodbye to friends and family, but I can wholeheartedly say that it was also such an exciting period in our lives, and it happened so unbelievably quick. There's nothing more fulfilling than having a big dream and working towards it. It's even better when you're doing it with the person that you love. When we got on the flight, it felt like everything was falling into place. We arrived and had a great adventure ahead of us to look forward to. We travelled 2 weeks in Vancouver, Banff and Calgary before settling into Toronto, our final destination. It felt like a chapter in my life where I was in a dream. Vancouver was such a great landing with its delicious food and beautiful city. I was blown away by how stunning Banff was. Had the best time exploring all the snow sports for the first time here, such as snowshoeing, ice skating on frozen lakes, and snowboarding down such huge mountains. Honestly, felt like a dream come true. We finally landed in our final destination, Toronto. After the holiday, the reality of setting up life here hit us. For the past 3 weeks, we've been living in a basement, and unfortunately, the roof is lower than expected, so there's been a few head knocks. We've been looking for rentals and also applying for jobs. It's been stressful and difficult to explore the city with that in the back of our minds. But with a stroke of luck, a landlord accepted our application for a long-term rental, even though we had no employment lined up. So now that half the hurdle is complete, we're now looking for jobs, which has been challenging, given we're in a recession, but we're hopeful. We never have full control over what lies ahead of us. So come join us on this adventure as it unfolds.